Are you coming to the tree? They strung up a man, they say, who murdered 3. Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where a dead man called out for his love to flee? Strange things did
The local Ku Klux Klan chapter in Missouri has vowed to use lethal force against Ferguson protesters as the town awaits the grand jury decision on whether local police officer Darren Wilson will be charged in the shooting of Michael Brown. KKK members have been distributing flyers in the St. Louis area on a social media with an ominous message to protesters in St. Louis. You have awakened a sleeping giant, the flyer says. You have been warned by the Ku Klux Klan. There will be consequences for your acts of violence against the peaceful, law-abiding citizens of Missouri, according to Vice News.
Are you coming to the tree where I told you to run so we both be free? Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where they strung up a man, they say he murdered 3? Strange things that happened here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree? Death call out for his love to free. Strange things that happened here, no stranger would it be.
I shared with you guys before how this whole staged psyop is using all kinds of different units and networks to try to fuel the hate inside the area. I also reported how Anonymous came running into the room, so to speak, and threw a bunch of fuel on this racial fire in Ferguson. Now, what they did is they came out and they dropped all this information that showed that the KKK was supporting Darren Wilson and at his rally, so on and so forth. They then implanted the seed in the minds of the young black youth that yes, their police department is supported by the KKK. You see, and when doing all this, the KKK was like, all right, we're not falling for your crap. And with agents being on that side of the fence as well, they play right back into it and they say, well, we're going to hunt you down and we're going to shoot you. They also get racial and drop the N-bomb and everything else, but it's all part of the play. Instead of either one of these groups trying to make a positive movement and use their name and their power or anything like that to make anything positive come forth, they are taking shots at one another on the sidelines. And once again, throwing fuel on the fire. I'll leave a link.
Ooh,
That's bright, ain't it?
yeah. Here? Wow. And why do you wear these things? I mean, why do you cover?
Identity.
I mean, I didn't see your face, so does this mean something for you?
No, it doesn't mean anything. It just means you just don't see my face.
But couldn't you solve your problem in a different way?
We don't. What problem do we solve?
I mean, couldn't you just talk to black people?
Me personally, I've talked to them, and they tried jumping me. So
I
I
didn't
have
jump
no.
on you.
No, not you.
So, as I understand it, it's the Klan is more as a protection out of
Yes.
fear,
No, it's not out of fear.
out of
Out of belief.
belief.
How's this? You got a black guy and you got a white guy playing for the exact same job. The exact same job. They have the exact same benefits. They have the exact same qualifications. They're just equal. Who do you think's going to get the job? The black
Yes.
man's going to get the job.
Really?
Yes, because you know good as well as I do. If they walk out of there, they can sit there and say, I didn't get it because I'm black. And then they can raise Cain over that. If a white person says it, somebody's just going to laugh at them. If a black person says it, they can actually take that to heart and be called a racist because they didn't hire them. That's what this country's come to today, and that's what's pathetic.
So what's wrong with the black people then?
Nobody said there was anything wrong with them.
Okay.
They're trying to take us over. I do believe that.
I think maybe you could be a little bit more self-confident.
I'm self-confident, and I believe in what I believe in. I'm self-confident.
So why think they could have the possibility to kick you out? You think they have the power for that?
Yeah.
You really think that?
Do you see who's running our country now? They got the power for that, and they got the power to kick us out of that.
I mean, you must have a vision for life. What's your vision as a Klansman?
I see it as I'm not a racist.
You're not a racist?
No, I'm not a racist.
Oh.
Nobody is a racist that is in the Klan.
I don't know, but it's always really more or less violent, killing people, hanging them.
That's more of a myth. Well, I mean, not a myth. That did happen back in the old days, but you hardly see it now. You hardly see it now. We go by religion.
Hardly? You hardly see it?
Well, if it happens, it don't happen like it did a long time ago every day.
No, but you are wearing like history. You're wearing like hundreds of years of threat and terror.
This is more for ceremonial purposes.
Oh, and what's going on in the ceremony? Can you tell me?
We light a cross.
Why?
To resemble the light of Jesus Christ going from darkness to light.
Jesus loves also black people. Don't you think so? Why
Yep.
Jesus?
Why Jesus? Because he was crucified on a cross.
But Jesus loves black people also. Doesn't make sense.
Okay, does that mean I have to? I'm just telling you that I believe that blacks and whites shouldn't mix. And you're going to throw Jesus in my face saying, well, he loves them.
Well, if you light a cross for Jesus, then you would light a cross for his meanings, for his beliefs. And that would mean you light a cross for love.
I do love. I love my race. I love my nation.
And are you happy, man?
Yeah, I'm a happy man.
And what about you?
Yes, ma'am, I'm happy.
By far, the bloodiest battleground of the civil rights era was Birmingham. In the early 1960s, the town was a racial powder keg waiting to explode.
Birmingham was then the most segregated city in America, and it had the longest history of aggressive racial violence. Birmingham was called Bombingham by people in the civil rights movement because of this long chain of unsolved bombings of black homes.
Much of the violence was perpetrated by the Ku Klux Klan. As evidenced in the beating of the Freedom Riders, the city's law enforcement was known for its working relationship with the Klan.
The Klan had
more influence perhaps in Birmingham than they did in a lot of the other southern cities, and I think that contributed to the Klan's sense of bravado, where they felt like they could get away with anything, that nobody'd hold them accountable.
In this charged atmosphere, one of the cruelest of all acts of Klan terror occurred. The 16th Street Baptist Church was a symbol of the civil rights movement in Birmingham. The sacred chambers served as a staging point for demonstrations against segregated downtown public facilities. From the steps of the church, hundreds of black marchers, most of them kids, encountered the extreme force of Police Commissioner Bull Connor's attack dogs and high-pressure fire hoses. For radical segregationists like the Klan, the 16th Street Baptist Church became a special target. On a hazy Sunday morning in September of 1963, 4 young black girls attended Sunday school at the 16th Street Church. The day's Bible lesson was, "A Love That Forgives." The 4 girls moved to the basement to don choir robes when suddenly a noise shot through the church like a cannon. A bomb planted near the basement ripped through the house of worship. Under an avalanche of shattered glass, toppled brick, and tangled metal, a gruesome discovery. Cynthia Wesley, age 14. Carol Robertson, age 14. Addie Mae Collins, age 14. And Denise McNair, age 11. All were found dead, their bodies buried atop one another.
Of all the bad things that happened in the South during the Civil Rights era, to me, that was the worst. Because you had 4 innocent little girls that hadn't done anything to anybody going to worship on Sunday morning in church, and they're killed for absolutely no reason except that they were black.
Within days, police were almost certain the bombers were members of the United Klans of America. The key suspect was Dynamite Bob Chambliss, a Klansman suspected in many Birmingham bombings. After a perfunctory investigation, Chambliss and 2 other Klansmen were convicted only of the minor charge of dynamite possession. That finding was overturned on appeal. An FBI investigation resulted in no arrest, no charges.